Moments ago, people over in my members Discord, which of course you should all be there at thequartering.com/join, get in that Discord. I need you there. We need your support. And also, like, it's an awesome place. We've got a Halloween costume contest and pumpkin carving contest going on this month. We've got Thanksgiving stuff contest going on. We've got Christmas contest. We've got gift exchange going on Christmas. I want to get in there, quartering.com/join. But people sent me, there was another attack at the same spot as the Mormon church. Another attack, but this time it was thwarted, sort of. An armed man busted after plowing his car through the police barricade in Grand Blanc Township. Police Chief William Reen confirmed the incident at a press conference, identifying the suspect. It is absolutely spooky out there. Absolutely spooky out there. This guy had a rifle in the front seat with him. He was there to do harm. He was there to take lives. And somehow they stopped him. I hope we have some details about this. Again, this was a day after. So that is 3 attacks in 3 days. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. We each had an attack each day. An armed man busted after plowing car through a police barricade outside Michigan Church a day after the deadly shooting in Blaze. An armed man was arrested after driving through the police barricade outside the Michigan Latter-day Saints Church, where a madman unleashed a spree and fire attack that took the lives of 4 people a day earlier. I believe that number is now 5. The man, who is not yet identified, well, as soon as I can identify them, I will, was stopped in his red Buick Riata Monday morning after breaching the barricade outside the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Grand Blanc Township and taken into custody after a long gun was found in the front seat of his car, uncased, by the way. Just had it sitting in the front seat of his car. You can see here the guy, I don't know, folks, sleuths in the comment section might be able to tell me what that is. It looks like, I mean, I guess it could be a 22. It could be 30-06, 30-06. It could be really any kind of rifle. If I had to guess, this looks like a 22. I can't be totally sure, though. But it does look pretty basic, pretty 22-like. They have not identified, but it looks like a cheap weapon to me. And again, the weird thing is, like, why did he have it out in his front seat unsheathed? And why was he busting through a barricade? Now, I'm not sure, the joke about 22s is essentially that you'll die of lead poisoning before you ever die of any of the wounds that you have. But, I mean, it is still a deadly weapon, and it is, they're probably running low on the FBI inventory. That's what I'm going to guess. The FBI's all out of 30-06s. Now they're down to these garbage Walmart special 22s. I don't know. Grand Blanc, you see right here in the car, he's just got it in the car next to him. Just sitting there. It looks, I mean, I don't want to waste too much time, but it looks like a 22 to me. Looks like a 22. Grand Blanc Township Police Chief William Reen, confirmed the incident at a press conference, identifying the suspect as 21 years old, but not providing any additional information. 4 people lost their lives and 8 were wounded in the horrifying attack that happened just the day before, when Thomas Sanford drove his pickup truck through the front doors of the church and started taking out worshipers. This is, again, a lie. This is a misreporting that appears to be incorrect, because the pictures I'm seeing show the truck nowhere near the front doors. This seems to be either that picture is fake, which it doesn't appear to be, or people keep reporting that he drove through the front doors when somehow the truck teleported after doing that. I don't know if he moved the truck. I'm not totally sure. He also set fire to the church, which completely burned to the ground, roared through the structure, sending a massive black smoke plume up into the air above in the community, located just 60 miles north of Detroit. You can see here, there is nothing left with that church. It's completely destroyed. The chief, who denounced the attack as an evil act of violence, said that every worshiper present at the time of Sunday's attack has now been accounted for, but the investigation is continuing to definitively determine Sanford's motive. Well, I don't think we really need much help in determining Sanford's motive. He was deranged. He had a grudge, an axe to grind against the Church of Latter-day Saints. We know this for a fact. He, in an unsolicited manner, told a politician, went like completely unhinged mode against a politician and said, I think the Church of Latter-day Saints, Mormons, are the Antichrist. I mean, very, very interesting that we don't know his motive. We obviously know his motive. The chief also revealed Sanford, a decorated U.S. Marine who served two tours of duty in Iraq between 2004 and 2008, had previously been arrested for burglary and operating a vehicle while intoxicated. Again, man, OWI. Here in the Midwest, everybody's got those. We collect them like Pokemon. Sanford also told a city council candidate in the neighboring town of Burton that he harbored animosity towards Mormons and referred to the faith as the Antichrist. Chris Johns was canvassing Burton neighborhood September 22nd ahead of the upcoming election when he knocked on the door of Sanford's home. As the men chatted, Sanford unleashed a torrent of hatred toward Mormons, sharing that he had dated a woman whose family was part of the LDS Church while he was living in Utah years ago. Sanford obviously lost his life when he took on real heroes. And I don't know. Again, what's interesting is, what was this individual doing? What was this individual doing? And why is nobody reporting on it? That's why, whether you're watching live or you're watching later, like, it's important that you share these videos, because there is all sorts of stuff. Let me see. Red Buick. Let's see if we have any information. Doesn't look like it. Red Buick, Michigan. Mormon. Here. An armed 21-year-old male arrested. I mean, we don't see anything. The suspect, who rammed his car into the Mormon church in Michigan, reportedly had an Iraqi conflict veteran license plate on his truck. Well, we know he did. What's going on with this 21-year-old? How come we don't know anything about him? Was this going to be another, like a copycat? Was this going to be a copycat? What exactly was this guy doing? And again, when I look at these pictures, he did not run his truck into the front door. This is not the front door. There are no doors there. I mean, I don't really know what's going on with this, and our man was arrested. The man was not identified, but was stopped in his red Buick Riata. Why wasn't he identified? The day after the fact, and nobody's reporting it. Nobody's reporting on it. Nobody's talking about it. I mean, I'm talking about it, which is why you're subscribed to my channel, but what the heck's going on here? Now, schools were closed today in Michigan, in the community that experienced a horrible church attack. And, I support that. But here's the Telegraph. Our man drives through Mormon church barricade. Driver 21 handcuffed by police at the scene. So we see he's an obese white guy. That's what we can see. He's an obese white man. That's what we see here, right? They didn't identify him, though. But we do see a large man dressed all in black. Black shirt, black shorts, black shoes. Dressed all in black. I don't think that's a coincidence. Now, I don't know. What's interesting is, why did he stop and why was he arrested? You know what I mean? Like, why didn't he do what these people always do and start out some sort of, shootout with police, and become an anti-hero? Now, the vehicle did stop after passing the cordon, and the driver exited the car before being handcuffed by police. A video of the incident shows. A search of the car reportedly revealed a gun in the passenger seat. We're still in the process of investigating that incident, whether or not it's related. Well, who drives around in their car with a rifle out and not even in a case, just in the driver's side, in the passenger seat right next to you? And why? Like, you might say, okay, Jeremy, well, he had the weapon in his car and he panicked maybe, and he thought, oh crap, here's some police. I don't want them to see my weapon, so I'm going to blast right through. That's possible. That's possible. I mean, it's possible. A lot of people talking about MK Ultra right now. I don't know. Certainly PTSD is a thing. We still don't, I mean, we don't have an official motive, but we know that this guy had a mental health crisis or a mental health issue, repeated run-ins with police. We know that his own mother basically disowned him. And we know that he had a derangement. He had Mormon derangement syndrome. I don't think we need a lot more than that to understand, why he did what he did. But why? I'll never understand why these people, want to take innocent lives. I don't know. I wonder if the internet has identified the weapon. It looks like a garbage tier gun. It looks like some 22 long rifle that used for plucking squirrels, maybe. And maybe he just panicked. But again, who drives with it like their car like this? Weapon just in the passenger seat. Out. Poachers? I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see, like, the guy's bank accounts, all this kind of stuff, what this guy was doing. Why was he around the church? I'm not exactly sure. People point out that car's still on the road after 30 years. Let me know what wax he uses. Yeah, the car's actually in pretty good shape for being 30 years old, I got to admit. But no one is really picking up this story. And by the way, the whole entire world seemingly has moved on from the Saturday event, also in Southport. The wounded Iraqi vet. I'm waiting for more information on that. And of course, I will cover it when I get it. But I hope you enjoyed this video or were entertained by it and informed by it. If you were, please do leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please subscribe or follow down below. Make sure you go over to the quartering.com/join and get in that members Discord. Really, really hoping you will join today. Not only does it support the channel, which is important, but it also, you join kind of the army of people that work to report the news and share the news, and it's really important. So I hope you do that.